Hey, Will here from Print on Demand Coach. So I just want to do a recap of the last week because it's been really, really good on my Shopify store. I'm selling print on demand products and had a really good run. And I just wanted to recap and show you kind of what I did and what I'm planning to do and a couple of lessons learned from this basically scaling sprint that I've just been on. And I feel like the momentum is going to continue for the rest of the year too. And I understand there are people doing more than this, but I'm going to hit reload on my screen just so you can see that I'm not faking any numbers here. So last 7 days, $12,970.21, which is US dollars, and I am Canadian. So I'm going to go here for a second. I'm going to show you the last 7 days is that. If I take that and go to from US to Canadian, it's actually $17,772.24. And if I multiply that by like 52 weeks, I come up with a really good number. I'll just do that here. Let's get this in here. So times 52 weeks is, let me pull up the old calculator, just shy. I just went 52 times 17772.54, just shy of a seven-figure store. So 924,000. Now, this is extrapolating, right? Saying like, if you do that per week, then you will get the store up to that. Now, my profit margin on this was pretty decent. It fluctuated from 12 to like 18. There was some days it was 21%. So I'm going to call the profit margin like 15% on average. So that in US would be just about $1,900. And you're thinking, oh, big deal. Like you made almost $2,000 on your store. Well, that's in a week, right? And that's actually decent for selling what I'm selling, which this was like t-shirts in this case. But there are other products that have higher margins. So if you take that and you go to Canadian, again, let's just flip that. The beauty of selling in US and being in Canada is my margins are, I get a nice little bonus. So that's like 26, there you go. And that, if I take that number times 4, it's like $10,000 profit a month. And then times 12, there you go. So that store, if I can keep up this pace, will be doing like $127,000 a year. That's before tax, of course. But there are a couple things that I've learned along the way. Mainly that when you're scaling and when you're going big, your emotions will play a huge part of this whole thing. So I'm going to go to another sheet here for a second because it's easier for me to type on this. There we go. So things I've learned are quite a bit, actually. So first is your emotions go crazy. It's a roller coaster. When you're watching so much ad spend going out every day, and there are periods during the day where there's lulls in your sales. Like for me, it was basically the mornings were really good, and then the afternoon sales would drop off, and then early evening it would pick up quite a bit, and then later in the evening it would drop off. And then that's not just like the hourly swings, but there's also the day of week swings too that you'll go through. So that roller coaster is crazy because when you're making a lot of money, you just want to really spend more and more and more and more. But when you go through like a dry spell or a couple hours even of a dry spell, your emotions kick in and you don't worry, but you just start thinking like, what the heck? And then there's also the just making sure all the tech is in place, like the tech stress, I guess. So making sure every order is going through correctly. That can be a big stress, as well as your credit card stress. So my company actually texted me and called asking about charges, because it's not only in this case Facebook, but it's also the print on demand supplier that's going to be charging your credit card all the time. And when the credit card company sees that initially, they get a little bit worried and they wonder like what the heck's going on. So they will call you, and they might even put like a temporary hold on your card just to make sure that it's actually you that's doing this. So that's what I found. The other thing is on the ad side, you have to look at things on a 7-day window, not intraday, because things fluctuate so much, and because one ad will perform well and then it'll drop off, and then another one will perform well and then it'll drop off. You have to be prepared for that. You have to be ready to say like, okay, I understand that it's not doing well right now, but it could do well later on in the day. So there's that kind of, I'm going to call that ad stress too. There's all this stress that you have with doing kind of pretty decent numbers. Now, I'm not the biggest fish in the sea, but I do okay. And if any store that's getting up like on track to do like 7 figures, I think is a good one. So then there's also this, which is the holiday stress. So in this case, I was pushing a holiday type theme hard. So now it's like, what's next? Well, for me, because it is like a gift shop, it's going to be like the next major holiday that's going to come up, or next major event, or next major season, and that's what I'm shifting to now. And I feel like I can go even harder because of preparing and because of knowing what happened last year at this time, which brings me to this. So that's kind of the lessons learned. We'll call those the stressful stuff. And then there's also the good stuff, which is here. And this is next year. I'll shoot for double, for 2x or 3x what I did this year. And the same products will sell again, which is amazing. And as well, I can scale my ads higher because my spend limits are through the roof right now on the ad account. So when you start an ad account, you have like super low spend limits that you can't really do. The other thing on the good stuff side is my credit card points racked up nicely. So I will get like free dinners, free travel, free movies, free groceries, all as a side benefit of this like scaling kind of sprint that I just went on. There's all that as well. You learn kind of campaign types that work well, work best, and then you can also learn campaign types that don't work as well. And it could be that it's just for this specific product type or this time of year or whatever it may be. But now I know, going back to this, that like I am ready for next year. So I'm going to have like a 2-month period next year where I can really go really hard at this, already having winning products on my store ready to go that I can just turn on the campaign. So next year at this time, I can do double or triple, which is amazing. And I can scale my ads higher because of those spend limits. The credit card points rack up. I'm not going to get phone calls or text messages saying, was this you? Which is fine. I actually appreciate the credit cards companies doing this. But one of the biggest part is this. So you learn that, and also your confidence is high. So tackling, or let's say finding the next big winner is easier. It's never easy to find big winners, but once you just go through something like that, like these numbers, it actually gets a lot better. So what I'd like for you is to experience this. It's actually really fun when you do. It's a ride. Like there are times where you're worried about things, and there's times where you're super happy, but as you do it more and more and more, those emotions will level out. So if you're stuck, okay, if you're stuck anywhere with this, please consider going here and just hopping in. Not that one. Actually, she's pretty good too. But this is me. So you can see that was my profit the last 14 days, which is really good. And there's my about page. Print on Demand Coach. That's my site, and that's where I can help you. So if you're stuck trying to get a Shopify store up and running successfully selling print on demand products, and I'm talking beyond t-shirts too. I get into multiple different types of products, and one of my favorite things to do with these products is to use personalization on them, because I think that separates you from the rest of the pack. Everybody and their dog is doing generic products, but if you can do something unique and something where the person actually makes a product live on your store and can see it, then that's how you get those super high conversion rates, which you probably saw from the beginning. I'm getting over 5% conversion rate, which is really, really good. So if you are struggling, if you want to try to reach these kind of numbers, then that's what you should do. Go here. It's school.com/printondemandcoach/about, and then join, and I'll see you on the inside. All right. I just want to do this update because I wanted to kind of decompress too after this huge run. And I already have my next set of campaigns running today as we speak. So what I'm going to be doing is just scaling the next winner for the next season of the year. And that's what you do. This is a gift shop, so I'm going to be focusing on the upcoming seasons. I cannot wait for the fourth quarter, because the product that I just sold now and did really good with is also going to do amazing for the Christmas run. So I can't wait. Anyway, if you have any questions, let me know. If you're stuck with anything, let me know. If you want some help, go to Print on Demand Coach and join, and I'll be happy to help you out there. I do 3 live training sessions every month, and I'd love to have you in there. Anyway, have a great day. We'll see you soon.